Hello, good afternoon. And first of all, I would like to thank Stephen and the whole staff of Little Patuxent Review for giving us such space in this fantastic collection. We are happy to be next to so many talented writers. I'm Celeste Doaks. I'm the editor of our collection, Not Without Our Laughter. I'm also a poet. I'm a little bit worried about reading this poem in church, but you know, it is what it is, right? Here we are, folks. This poem is a fantasy poem. I often read it when my husband's here. He's not here today, and I'm glad because it's about another man before we met. Anyway, the name of the poem is called A Harley Dream. He is hot fudge topping, dripping over shiny silver piping of the Harley. Tattoos decorate bulky cocoa arms like freckles on a map that make me want to sail the world forever. My eyes drive north to an avocado-colored bandana that probably covers a slick bald head shining like Daddy's Sunday shoes. Juicy lips peek out from underneath a broom-like mustache filled with black and gray rattlesnakes, the ones who strike silently and prey on a girl like me. Your bike careens down the highway, which becomes a long strip of salty bacon that stretches on with no end in sight. Past Stella's Skyline Cafe, where the other Daytona bikers convene, attached to stringy-haired wives with tugboats and Dos Equis beer bottles inked on their breasts or ankles. And I wonder, would you queen me your Cinderella? Would you rescue me from a torturous life of toil, and we could traverse down 95, stopping along at Scottsmore, rest at a seedy motel where a blazing neon orange sign would wink at us. Our room would be filled with pot smoke, strewn Bacardi bottles, and various leather sex contraptions. Told you. I would dye my afro violet, get everything below the navel pierced, and only call my parents at rest stops, where the bathrooms reeked of piss left longer than the scribbled in call me numbers. We would continue this for days, eventually reaching Miami's nape when I would notice my monthly moon marker was missing. You'd grumble grisly objections, but deep down I'd know we'd just turn right back around, repeating our reckless, road-bound wanderlust. I'd try to quit the cancer sticks, the liquor, my appetite for threesomes, and settle into a newness of my belly full with a carbon copy you. I'd wake from this dream rocking, turning into the thin veined dirt road of my temporary new home thinking, what if I'd sprung from the car, mounted myself behind you, pressed my breast to your back, the gas fumes tickling my nose hairs, the vibration of the machine pleading, who would care as long as those yellow dashes would skip down the road, dotting and dashing like Morse code forever. And the last poem I want to read this evening, yes, I found it. The last poem I want to read this evening for two reasons, actually. The first reason is it's a shout out to Lee Hinton, who's there in the back of the audience. Lee published this in Fledgling Rag magazine and also nominated it for a Pushcart Prize. Very happy about that, and pleased and thank Lee for actually publishing this poem for my first collection. And also, I'd like to dedicate this poem to Susan, who painstakingly dealt with us. No, not painstakingly. She put so much energy and time into the review that we're in here in the Little Patuxent Review, and I really appreciate all her dedication and work and energy behind that. We're all very grateful. It was a fantastic review, and we're just very happy. And so this poem is about me putting my foot in my mouth, but this poem is also dedicated to people who do the work behind the scenes. So I'm going to read this poem and dedicate it to Susan. Thank you, Susan. It's called For the Chef at Helios, whose name I do not know. The conversation starts with peanut butter. As the guy with the wire-rimmed glasses grabs the stool next to me, asking me if I enjoyed my PB&J sandwich. His sapphire blue pools almost distract me before I begin to critique it in classic Virgo style. It was too grainy and wasn't sweet enough. And did I taste a hint of cinnamon? Meanwhile, my eye catches a robin building a nest just outside the glass window of Helios. The robin places sticks, sorted pieces of cloth and debris bit by bit into a cone shape. The robin is unafraid to build what may not hold, as we two strangers teeter towards connection. Steam rises from new lattes and fingers tap laptops constructing lines of nothingness. As our chat comes to a close, he admits he's the chef that makes the peanut butter fresh every day. Oh, saintly chef, you do this daily, never knowing if or when anyone will ever eat it until someone like me arrives, orders your labor of love, devours the sandwich, and then analyzes it like a term paper. How many of us never stop to think about your hands, shelling the nuts one by one, gently blending the oil into a crunchy pulp, each step so delicate, so purposeful, like a beak pushing each twig into its perfect position.